On the road at 6A Warren Central, Snider showed its flash with the combination of quarterback Kieran Billingsley and running back Uriah Buchanan, rushing for a combined 271 yards and 4 touchdowns, with some defensive guys paving the way. The Panthers cruised to a 42-20 victory at Dub C, earning head coach Kurt Tippmann the Indianapolis Colts Coach of the Week and Snider SummitCitySports Team of the Week.
One, ready? Strong left.
We know that we can play to that level, and we can play with a 6A Indy team now, and I think that's going to help us out a lot. Obviously, the whole team was excited. I think everybody knew what we could do, and it was all just about going out there and executing and doing what we need to.
Our core running game, Lucas and Landon Fry are going to be in part of that package. And then Uriah did a great job, and some designed runs for Kieran that he did well. But then what he did was just make some things happen on his own, and he's got a unique ability to do that, and Uriah does as well. Those guys are just good in space, good with the ball in their hand, and he's special when it comes to that. You don't teach that; he's just natural at it. And he made 3 plays that were unbelievable in key times, either to get a first down or put the ball in the end zone, that were just special plays. You don't teach it, we're just glad he's toting the rock for us.
With Uriah and Kieran back there, they're dangerous, and they can make a lot of stuff happen. And when I go back there and block for them, it's just going to add another layer of depth to our offense where we can hurt people.
The B&B Kings bring speed and a lot of it. And with Billingsley, it's all about that it factor.
It's a Kieran effect. He just makes things happen. I mean, you just got to watch him play to see it. He just runs and he scrambles and he gets it done, gets in the end zone, and it's great.
Makes it easier for me a little bit because I know that he can, pull it anytime and run and score if he needs to. So it's a good feeling.
I just want to be a great leader, so that I care. I care about everybody, the young guys, even if you're not playing, if you play the most. And I just want to win state championship like everybody else.
Lucas Rohrbacher set the Panthers' single-season tackle record with 128 last year as a junior. Currently, he leads the team in receiving yards with 52, and the guys love it.
Lucas been telling me, the whole summer, throw it to him on blue pass. And it was fun watching him run, get out there, and turn his jets on. He a football player. He ready to hit. He do anything he could do for the team to win, put his body in jeopardy, everything for we could win.
Gives us a different dimension, things that we want to do in offense, and then also getting the one back and, more of the pro style stuff.
Defensively, Snider only gave up 8 points against Warren Central. Junior linebacker Landon Fry and senior defensive end Anthony Hernandez led the team with 7 tackles apiece. And the talented defensive backfield, led by Brandon Logan, got interceptions from Levi Overholzer and Matt Narrison.
Landon's been around for a while, and he's been playing and getting varsity reps in practice for a couple of years now. I got a lot of faith in him playing Will linebacker. I know that he'll be where he needs to be and do what he needs to do. He's an athlete, he's a Division I baseball player, but he's a pretty good Will linebacker too.
The secondary played well, played sound, didn't blow assignments or get out of position, and came up and made tackles when we needed them to. And there's a lot of talent back there. We do think it's going to be one of the strengths of our defense. We have some guys that are injured and so didn't play, but we should get those guys back here in time soon. But the depth was something that also we were really happy with. Guys that replaced some of those injured guys played very well, and it adds to the depth of that secondary, third and second level group.
Not many teams will be able to keep that ball in the air very long with us. We got so much speed back there and a lot of knowledge when it comes to our coverage and how we scheme things up. So it's definitely a strength of our defense this year.
Speaking of strengths, the kickoff return group is strong as it was a year ago. Alan Bolton took the first kickoff return over 60 yards. Then in the third quarter, Jamarion Calaboti housed it from 95 yards out.
Those guys did a great job returning it, but the other 9 guys on that team blocking, those warriors coming down the field, so to speak, did a good job opening holes for them. And they had huge lanes to run through, and they made something happen. And the special teams were a huge part of Friday night's win. Just sound execution and making some big, special plays.
Up next, the Panthers travel up to Kendallville to take on East Noble, where the Knights are coming off a 45-7 win over Bishop Luers, rushing for 340 yards with 5 touchdowns.
They play hard, they play fast, they're going to be very physical with us, and, for us going into this week is kind of just doing what we've been doing, kind of handle it how we handle everything else.
Well, they're good up front. They're big, athletic. They have good scheme. They're well coached. They play well. They play hard. Coach Amstutz and their staff do a great job having them prepared. So, it's another, good test. It's going to be a physical game. They don't have some of the same advantages that opponent one had, but they have different advantages in other areas. So it poses a challenge, but a different kind of challenge than I think was game one. And have a ton of respect for their program. It should be a great game.
They got big linemen and they can run the ball. They ran the ball last week, but I guess we'll see if it's a challenge this Friday night.
For Summit City Sports, I'm Jeff Mahoney. Masters Heating and Cooling presents today's Football Team of the Week. Make Masters your only call for all your heating and cooling needs, because Masters gets there faster. Call 866-824-HEAT or log on to mastersheatcool.com when you need them.